Charlotte Church's mother says the singing star's biological father told her to have abortion after she fell pregnant. Mum Maria has opened up about the treatment she was subjected to in the latest episode of new podcast, Kicking Back with the Kardashians. The parent has been happily married to husband, and Charlotte's adoptive father, James, for more than 3 decades. Now she had shed some light on the heartbreaking start of her daughter's life and claimed her ex took her and the then baby Charlotte to social services and threatened to give her up unless they were given their own place to live. The BBC Sounds series, which Charlotte has already warned would contain frank and open discussions with family and friends, has already left fans shocked. In the latest episode, the mother and daughter open up about the man who Maria entered a relationship with when she was 19. She fell pregnant with Charlotte by 20 and listeners heard that the whirlwind romance turned sour very quickly. Maria said that she suffered mental abuse before it turned to physical and she was isolated from her family with a young baby and living on the breadline, Wales Online report. Every time throughout my childhood, or when he was mentioned or he came into our lives again, the fear that it would create in you, just like a panic response, Charlotte recalled. Maria then said, there'd be times when I'd be driving along and I thought I'd see him and would think "F***ing hell," and froze. I couldn't drive the car. He was just vile, what he put me through. Charlotte continued, so, has moved you out of home, told your parents she's not living here anymore, moved you into somewhere you thought was going to be a nice flat. A hovel, adds Maria, saying she recalls it as just having a mattress on the floor. You fall pregnant really quickly, said Charlotte, and you're with a very unstable, abusive man. And he wanted you to have an abortion. Did he? Maria answers, yeah, he said we're not keeping it, but I don't remember talking about it because there was no way on earth. I was always going to have you. And I don't think he was too happy with that. During labor, Maria had an asthma attack which caused baby Charlotte to struggle with breathing and she was then born by emergency cesarean. Returning home to her parents' house, Maria, Charlotte and her biological father took a trip into town 3 weeks after the birth, Maria explained, for a shopping trip. She added, he dragged me into town middle of March it would have been, I remember it raining, and he dragged me straight into social services. I said, what the FCK are we doing in here? And we went in to see this woman with you in his arms and holding my arm behind my back and told me you just say nothing. Maria explains that social services were told we just can't look after her anymore. Charlotte was handed over to the social worker and Maria's ex said they needed somewhere to live or they'd have to give up the baby. They went to a hostel before moving to Pentwyn, the opposite side of Cardiff to where Maria lived with her parents, and to her it felt like the other side of the world. It was horrendous, she added. I had nothing to eat. I think when you were 3 months old I was 5 stone 10. I probably had a slice of bread a day. Maria went on to say she was just on autopilot for around 12 months. I got through it because of you, simply because of you. You were so beautiful, you were a starver, constantly feeding, and we just had that bond. And you kept me going. Her parents, who were amazing, helped remove Maria and Charlotte from the situation and the pair moved back over to Canton when the singer was around 16 months. Maria went on to speak in the episode about trying to find employment and learning to drive with a small baby in tow, and also how she got together with James, who adopted Charlotte when she was 3. James was very outgoing, could hold a room, "We laughed, we still do," said Maria as Charlotte calls their romance a love story that's traversed such ground, and said is one of the greatest of all time. She went on, "But such a story of resistance and sticking together. I do, now that I'm older, have such an unbelievable respect for you two as a pair, as a couple. You're excellent talking about the story." For confidential support, call the 24-hour National Domestic Abuse FRA phone helpline on 0808 2000 247 or visit womensaid.co.uk. Follow Mirror Celebs on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.